In the name of Amen, the Supreme, the All-Powerful, the one and only true Lord, and Amen we trust, as the Republic of Mentellect, the true 144,000 is being gathered in this day and time, the Mentallians. Menzek Aminun to all of my Mentallian brothers and sisters out there, registered members of the Republic of Mentellect, and to all future Mentallians who have yet to find their way home to the Republic of Mentellect, which is Amen's covenant. I send greetings out to you, and I send peace out to you, in our Mentallian language by saying to you, Menzek Aminun. Good evening, I am your host, the intellectual Nuben Menkares, and this is Mentellect Radio. And tonight, we're going to be discussing how to dodge spiritual demons. This is definitely a necessary topic to touch on because everything in your life, whether you know it or not, everything in your life is driven, by spiritual energy. I mean, the things that are going on around you. And sometimes the very people that are around you are driven by spiritual energy, right? That watered down force of energy, which is controlled by mankind now. Mankind has figured out how to manipulate spiritual energy. The door was open for him to find out how to manipulate spiritual energy, and he is doing so, controlling the minds of the people, right? Controlling the minds of the people by manipulating spiritual energy. That water-based energy, right? That energy where everybody goes with the flow of information, the flow of music, the flow of messages, right? There's a constant and continuous flow of energy that moves off of electricity that is lunar powered, that is powered by water, right? Purposely. This energy, which is powered by water, right? When you get the mass majority of water that's powered by hydraulic energy, right? They figured out that through hydraulic energy, by hydraulic energy meaning water energy that is pulling the tides, and thus the tides run generators here in these cities, which generate power to your lights, to your pretty much everything in your electrical, that use electricity is generated by water generators. They were able to find out, the ones who control this energy, this power, that it produces a sort of control mechanism over the people. And it also opens them up for spiritual possession, right? When you are able to control what people are reading by electronic print, when you are able to control what people are seeing by electronic or electrical transmission, right? Television, when you are able to control what they hear by electrical charge, right? Radio, everything else, then they're open for suggestions. They're open for suggestions from people who are run off of that spiritually demonic energy, or the spiritual demons. Spiritual demons are the power or the energy of those people who died here and keep recycling themselves here via the energy that drove them when they were living. That same energy that is locked into the earth, right? That same energy that channels other people to be open vessels, because that's what these spiritual demons are constantly looking to do. They're looking to go into and possess the bodies of people. They are constantly looking for open vessels. The same way parasites are looking to house a body, right, that is full of sugar, salt, dairy, right, excessive meat. Same way parasites are looking to get into people and take hold of their bodies, so are these spiritual energies. They're looking for hosts. And you have a lot of people who are living and walking hosts for these spiritual demons today. They're doing things that are degenerate, right, that place them either way of their thinking, because they are open vessels for the spiritual demonic possession. They are open vessels for what you would call ghosts or spirits and things like that. They are open vessels for it. And these spirits, right, these demons are very real. Very real. I told you before, this is the spiritual world. Just as much as this is the physical world, on the other side of it, the flip side is the spiritual world. And the only way to move past or to dodge these spiritual demons is to develop that strong solar connection with the next, which represents Amen. Develop that strong solar connection with the next, the future, which represents the Amen, the Lord, the Creator. Because the only way a spiritual demon is able to get hold of and possession of your body if you are standing still or looking backwards to open yourself up. They cannot hit a moving target. They cannot enter a moving target. They cannot hit a moving target, nor can they enter a moving target. They need you standing still or moving backwards. Because when you move backwards, when you think backwards, your mind is open to all of those demonic possessions, those demonic energies, or those entities that are looking to house people who are not forward thinking. Right? If you ever notice, you see these people who get focused on the past and they start getting angry and upset and evil, and then those demons that might have lived in physical bodies in the past are open, or make them open vessels so that they can inhabit those people. And they start to inhabit those people in modern time, and they keep you stuck in this transfixed state of doing nothing. And you're basically going around in circles, right? Being vessels, being open vessels for these demonic energies, right? Open vehicles. They riding around inside of you, right? Using you to do their will. And then when they finish using you, they might get you to harm somebody. They might get you to say something that you didn't mean to say. Next thing you know, you've committed some sort of offense or did something to yourself. And then after you harmed yourself or harmed somebody else, they're going to leave you. And they're going to look for the next vessel to take hold of. And you're sitting around like, what the hell just happened? This is very real. This is why you got people, a lot of these girls, and that don't happen with a lot of black girls now. They get cut in themselves, right? They tattoo themselves excessively, you know. And it usually starts because they sitting around someplace bored, and that's an open portal for the spiritual demon. When you sit in someplace and you bored, or you don't know what to do with yourself, you don't have a clue what you should be doing. So when you are sitting around bored looking for something to partake in, you make yourself an open vessel for them. You make yourself an open vessel for them because what they offer to you, or what it appears that they offer to you, is excitement. They offer you excitement to get into something. Let's smoke something. Let's drink something. Let's go hang out. Let's do this. Let's go do that. Let's go get in trouble. You ever heard that in a lot of these movies? These people are saying in these movies, hey, let's go get in some trouble. See, that's meant to be a program. Let's go get in some trouble. Right? And when you say, let's get into some trouble, you open yourself up for that demonic possession, because the demonic energy is looking to drive you like that vehicle. Let's say you see a fast car sitting someplace. You see a Maserati or whatever. You want to jump inside that Maserati and drive it as fast as you can, and you put all this wear and tear on the vehicle, driving as fast as you can, and possibly you can crash the vehicle. Then what's going to happen when you crash that vehicle? You're going to get out, and you're going to go, oh, well, I told it. That's how these demons take hold of your body. They want to get into you because they see that you are a fast vehicle. You are an open vehicle that they can jump into, and they might have a lot of you women go out here and lay with this one and that one and be whores and sluts and whatnot. And you got that sex demon on you. You laying with this one, you laying with that one, you letting guys get you in threesomes and all this other stuff like that, and doing all this other stuff because you got that demonic or that sex demon on you, right? Then next thing you know, you pop up with all these diseases, or you got AIDS or something like that, and then that's when the demon done left you. The demon will leave you then. You understand? That's when the demon done left you. They take your body on a joyride, like somebody said. They'll take your body joyriding. Right? They'll take your body joyriding, because what are you seeking when you are demonically possessed? You're seeking fulfillment and joy. You're seeking fulfillment and joy. So once you are seeking fulfillment and joy, you send that sign out that these demons are looking to take you for a ride. They're looking to take your body out into bars, into clubs, to buy drugs, to do everything, looking to take you for a ride, because that whatever happens to your body doesn't affect them. It just affects you. You're sitting in the passenger seat while your body is being driven by another energy. You're sitting in the passenger seat watching your body be destroyed. And at certain points you might ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And the demons will take over, and next thing you know, they got you again. They've got you stopped thinking about, but you sitting there and you watching yourself do these things. And in the back of your mind, you saying, I shouldn't be doing these things. But you have taken a back seat. That's why you say in the back of my mind, I shouldn't be doing this, because you have taken a back seat when it comes to your thoughts. You have taken the back seat in the car. You are not driving yourself. You are not steering yourself. What is the steering, or the true power of steering yourself? That is that soul connection. That is your soul connection. That is when you are sitting in the driver's seat of your body and your mind. When you are in a solar connection, you're sitting in a power seat to drive yourself. This is why the beast, again, he pushes a whole lot of spiritual things. He pushes spiritual connection. He pushes spiritual energy. He pushes spiritual this and spiritual that for a reason. And again, that reason is to control people and to make you, or make yourselves, an open vessel for them, because that's how, again, witchcraft works. Witchcraft works by directing spirit energies into people, right, to get them to do things against themselves, or to direct spiritual energy for the use of harming people, directing these spirit energies, right? So you would want to steer clear of that, and you would want to dodge that. But how do you do that? How do you steer clear of that? I said before, you have to watch those who are around you constantly. You have to be mindful and stay clear of those around you, because the mass majority of the people around you, family, friends, and things like that, they are demonically possessed. They are. They are demonically possessed. They're driven by spiritual energy. They don't have any, they're not in their right mind. They're not in their right state of mind. They're driven by that spiritual energy. This is why they're doing a lot of things. You're going to start to see a lot of friends, family members do all kind of strange things that are of this world that you never thought they would have did years ago, but they're going to start doing it. You might see your best friend, your girlfriend, you ladies, you might see your best friend, your girlfriend. Next thing that she come, tell her, yeah, I'm dealing with somebody. Next thing you know, she tell you she been a lesbian. She been a lesbian for the last couple of years, and she been dealing with a girl. Or you guys might find your friend is a homosexual. Your best boy, your homeboy, he gay, right? He's a homosexual. He just came out and whatnot. And I just had these thoughts and these feelings and whatnot. I always had, like I said, these people are spiritually and demonically possessed. These people are demonically possessed. They got that sex demon that jumped on them, right? The gay demon, all that stuff jumped on them. You find people, you know, like you saw, who was in shape and kept themselves together. Next thing you know, they fat as hell. They don't got so big and whatnot and bloated, because again, that's that another demon, which is that what's the word I want to say? That the one that makes you eat. It'll come to me, but it's a demon that makes you eat a lot and stuff yourself till where you are in bad health, right? Where you are in bad health, where you are eating to where you about to kill yourself, right? Glutton demon. You have the glutton demon, right? You have that glutton demon, because that might have been the spirit of a so-called fat man who passed away and whatnot, and that spirit of that fat man is still around, and he wants to take on another body, and he wants to go back to eating again. He wants to get somebody else's body. He wants to get a new body, and he wants to start devouring and eating again. right? And he takes your body. You might be in spaces where these demons lived at. And next thing you know, they take over your body. You understand? They take over your body. So again, these type of things happen. So to rid yourself of these demons, to rid yourself of these spiritual demons, you must be constantly in the next, moving in the next, constantly. You must never make yourself an open vessel or a empty house for demonic possession, because the time you take to sit around and think about things that are useless, the time that you take to sit around and think about things that'll get you angry and upset, right? That is the time that will make you an open vessel for demonic possession. That's the time. That's the time that will make you an open vessel for demonic possession. Sitting around getting angry about things that you can't change. Letting emotion take hold of you. Because that's a big way that the demons or the spiritual demons get a hold of you, by way of emotion. They get hold of you by way of emotion, by making you angry and whatnot, by getting you to focus on things you should have been not forgot about, things that are not even worth your time or your energy. You understand? And by you holding grudges and, and regrets and things like that, right? That opens you up to demonic possession. Right? And you might take that out on somebody else. Right? You might end up taking it out on somebody else. Giving energy to something where your mind should have been open to something else on another level. Somebody said about depression. Depression is another way, because depression is nothing but you taking on or having regrets about things in your life, or having expectations for your life and feeling as though you missed the boat of what you're supposed to be doing in your life. But as I told people before who are depressed about their lives, who have these issues with their lives and whatnot, who have these regrets and sorrows, if at any point in time, even in this point in your life, you have come to a conclusion that you want to do something more, then this was the time for you to do it. This is the time. It wasn't the time back then. The time is now, or should I say the time is next. The time is next, or you're moving into the next to do what you were supposed to do. So you should not be thinking about the past or the present. You should be thinking about the next and start working toward the next and doing what you want to do to accomplish what you want to accomplish in your life, because you cannot do nothing about the past or the present. So you being depressed about that serves no purpose. You being depressed about whatever happened serves no purpose, because everything that happened to you, the things that you were depressed about, are only going to serve to open you up as a vessel for demonic energy or demonic spiritual energy, because, again, they come in by way of emotion. They come in by way of emotion, all emotion, anger, fear, regret, depression, all this stuff. Jealousy, envy, they come in that way. They're parasites. These spiritual demons are parasites. These spiritual demons are parasites. And by you sitting around letting these parasites feed on you, by you engulfing and getting yourself gorged on all kinds of demonic energy, getting yourself gorged on all kinds of emotional energy, right? Like you see a lot of, if you ever notice, you'll see a lot of these younger generation here, they always looking to fight. They always looking to turn up. They always looking to, they not, in other words, they don't come alive. If you ever notice, they don't come alive until they talking about how somebody hating on them and somebody I love my haters, and they always looking to turn up and fight. Those people are demonically possessed. Those people are demonically possessed. This younger generation, like I said, they always looking to turn up or fight. Everything is a fight, or this bitch looking at me, or what's up with this nigga? Yo, what's good? Everything is always a problem. Like we had this demon in here. You already know who you are. This demon that was in the Republic. He was always looking to get in an argument with people, always going around focusing on the people. And if it's a problem, we can step through. You already know who you are. You probably listening. You had demons all over you, man. You had demons all over your ass. You understand? You had demons all over you. That's why I wanted you up out of here. And all them demons that followed you. Looking to cause confusion and chaos, because that's how that they have become open vessels for demonic possession. those demons came in and took their bodies. And when the demons couldn't unleash that demonic energy up in here, they took them up out of here. You understand? Sitting up here putting up stuff on Facebook and all kind of nonsense and whatnot, because that's the demons in them. Those are spiritual demons in them. They looking, because just to go and move with this current of moving forward where there really is no current, because they don't have any energy of their own. A lot of these empty vessels, they don't have any energy of their own. So of course they make themselves open vessels for demonic possession. And wherever they go, they bring their demons with them. Wherever they go, they bring their demons with them. They always looking to get into an argument with somebody. They're always looking to get into a fight. They're always looking to drink. And again, that's another thing with you people that drink all this alcohol and this liquor. They get high. That's the perfect point of entry for these spiritual demons, when you sitting around drunk. You understand? And I'm going to tell you something. That's another reason why, and a lot of you people don't know that, in the church, when they give you the wine, you know, when they're doing the body of Christ and the wine, what does that wine really do? That wine is spirits. That's what they call the wine spirits. So why are they giving that to you in church if this is supposed to be some kind of good religious ritual? Why are they giving you spirits? That's what they call the wine, spirits. They're giving you spirits because they want to bring out that, open you up to be a demonic vessel. That's why they give it to you in the church, because the church can't function with good people. I already told you that. Church religion can't function with good people. Religion is not built off of good people. It's built off of a bunch of demonic people. It's built off of a bunch of degenerate people. Who you going to see up in the church but a bunch of damn degenerates? Who you going to see there? You're going to see a bunch of degenerates. An older woman might be in the church now, because probably back in the day, when she was young, she was a hoe. You understand? She was a hoe. And so now she's trying to repent and whatnot, or she want to, this is her new way of being around a bunch of reformed hoes, or she want to slander and backbite somewhere and go someplace where everybody doing that, right? Or the guys want to go someplace to meet girls, or they want to be around some demonic energy of their own where niggas was in there selling drugs at one point, or they still doing it, but they just come somewhere just to pray while they doing it. You understand? That's all that is. It's just a way for these people to do what they do in a congregation, which is to house those spiritual demons. That's a way for them to come together and house those spiritual demons. You understand? That's a way for them to do it. You understand? That's why they come there. They come there for the spiritual demons, for the spirits, right? They come there for the wine, the women, and the song, right? They come there for that. And a lot of people, again, they miss this point and what's being done here. They miss it. Again, that's why I say you have to detox yourself from a lot of people, even detox yourself from yourself. It's no good to do a physical detox and before it, but you must learn to do a mental detox, because these demons get to you through this open vessel. These demons get to you through these open vessels. And you have to realize when you be in an open vessel, when you be in a demon, right? You have to realize when you be in a demon, when you are being harsh, when you being rash, when you being too over the top, when you being extra, you got to realize, where'd you pick up this form of this demonic possession from? Did I just finish watching some? Did I just get finished watching some TV with some black women on a reality show turning up, where they got demons all over them? Did I just get finished watching that? Why would I get entertained by that? Why would I get entertained by people fighting and turning up and stuff like that? Why would that entertain me? Obviously, the demons that are in those women to do that, because that ain't all the action in the world can get you to produce that kind of mindset. Those women got demons on them. And if you are attracted to watching that mindless violence, then that means you got demons on you. You have to think about that. Or those demons that are on those women are being transferred into you. And what happens, because I told you before, when you start to see a lot of these young women watching them shows, right, They were being programmed to act like demons. I done seen it, like a lot of these young girls start fighting, talking about, yeah, and turn up and whatnot, and they watching the reality TV shows, and they copying off of a lot of what they see those women on there doing. They ain't gonna admit it, but they are. Loving hip hop or just whatever. Wherever the women fighting, Real Housewives, it is what people fighting, because that's what the beast requires. They require chaos and confusion on these shows because they feel that makes the show interesting, because that stirs up the demon. That stirs the demon up. Right? That stirs up the demon. How simple would it be for you just to go about in your life and extend yourself to the greatest and the highest point, and to keep going in the extension of your life again? Because the only way you become open vessel for that spiritual demonic possession is when you stop, when you slow down and open yourself up to it. When you give attention to a comment that somebody made, or you give energy to some old regrets that you got, or you allow somebody to interact with you who got demons on them. When you allow somebody to interact with you that got demons on them, then like I said, that's when they trading off their demons. They trying to pass their demons off on you. They want to argue with you. They want to pass those demons off on you. They want to infect you with their demons. You understand? They want to infect you with their demons. You have to stop and allow these people to trade their demons with you. And if you are an open vessel, and I don't know, you got all of this, angst about you, where, you just like going on and on about these people and whatnot, and you putting too much energy into them. And like I said, you are the perfect vessel, the perfect open vessel for demonic possession. You are the perfect open vessel. You understand? You are the perfect open vessel for demonic possession, because, again, these demons are always looking to jump on you. These people, when they look you in your eyes, they sizing you up. They sizing you up to see if they can push their demons out on you. They seeing if they can have some sort of interaction with you to push out their demons. Right? See if they can infect you with their demons. Right? They looking to do that. And when you give these people your energy, what happens? When you stop to argue with them, when you stop to go back and forth with them again, like I said, you caught in that demonic energy. You're caught in that demonic form of energy. You going back and forth, because the demon requires contact. The demon requires interaction. The spiritual demon requires contact, and it requires interaction. And when you don't give no interaction, when you're not sitting up here arguing with people, going back and forth, listening to a bunch of gossip, a bunch of slander, a bunch of back and forth and whatnot, then that demon starts to die. You start to starve that demon. When you're not going back and forth, slandering somebody, backbiting, gossiping about people, because you got that gossip demon. A lot of you women got that gossip demon on you. A lot of you got that gossip demon, talking about people behind their back. You understand? When you starve that demon out, it starts to leave you and it's looking for somebody else. And then you feel like that clean vessel, telling you that spiritual demon is just like the parasite. The parasite that's in your body. You could take certain roots or certain herbs and whatnot, and those bitter herbs will push those demons out of your body. I had an experience like that a day ago, where I took some milk thistle, right? And milk thistle was good for the liver. This was made by Dr. Sebi's wife, the milk thistle. And I'm not going to, without being graphic, I went to the bathroom and I saw parasites come out of me. I starved out the parasites. I had the parasites came out. And a lot of you got those parasites in you. And I liken this only because I liken it unto spiritual demons. Even when we think we ain't got them, a lot of our people do have them. You understand? You can see it right in them. You can see it in your family members. A lot of times you don't want to recognize it even in your family members. You understand? So it's very real. It's very extremely real. And like I said, this world is being driven by a bunch of spiritual demons. This world is being driven by them. This world is being driven by a bunch of spiritual demons, a bunch of empty vessels. Right? And you have to be mindful not to get caught up in it, because they're always looking to be or take on your body. They're always looking for that. So the inner peace that you seek, the inner solitude that you seek, should always be the extension of the higher self. That higher self is Amen. The extension of the higher self is Amen. So this is why, again, this is going to grow the Republic of Mentellect even greater, because once I go off into this path of talking about the extension of the higher self, which is Amen, this is going to grow the Republic of Mentellect. The elect are going to really come out once I start to talk more and more and more and get into great detail, which I'm going to do in Atlanta, next Sunday. I'm going to be doing in Atlanta, talking about the extension of the higher self. The extension of the higher self is a constant and continuous thing. It is a constant and continuous path that can only be taken on by Mentellect. Asking the intelligent question and answering it. Do I need these demons in my life? Do I need these demons in my life? Do I need these demons in my life? And when I say do I need these demons in my life, do I need these people in my life? These people who are not on the path to becoming their higher self. Because that's the whole point, again, of the Republic of Mentellect. On a soul level, on a solar level, we are all people looking to become persons or personified beings. And in becoming personified beings, we have to make sure we are spiritually clean. We have to make sure we are clean of demonic or spiritual demons. We have to make sure that we are clean of spiritual demons. We have to make sure that we are clean, because the spiritual demons are the ones who stand in our way. When you see all this stuff like racism and things like that, and these people who stand in your way, be they black, be they white, these people are vessels of spiritual demonic possession. Black, white, and everything in between. You understand? They got demons all on them, and demons all in them. They have demons all in them. They are infested with demons. Because only a demon wants to stand in your way. Only a demon wants to stop you from moving on your own on your own speed. Only a demon wants to do that. Only a demon wants to harm you for no reason. You understand? Only a demon wants to do that. And like I said, these people got demons all in them, black, white, and everything in between. The human race has become open vessels for demonic possession. And that's going to happen when you're dealing with people who are moving off of a spiritual vibration, which the so-called white man had pushed out here, because he's full of demons. He's full of demons. And people who are or have those spiritual demons on them, they are unpredictable. And again, it's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's a people thing, it's a human thing. You understand that? They're liable to do anything. You have to be constant. You have to be watchful. You have to be careful. These police officers who going around here shooting people and killing people, they got demons on them. They infested with demons. You understand? That's why they doing that. And even though Amen allows these demons that's in them to take you out, Amen ultimately allows that, because Amen ultimately can direct these demons. Amen can ultimately direct these demons to take out the beings or the people who don't need to be here. Amen ultimately directs these demons. But you have to constantly be moving toward the higher self, toward the Amenic self, be moving in alignment with Amen to stay above these demons, to stay out of the way of these demons. But if you are moving in these religions, I'm going to say it again, if you are moving in these religions like Islam, Christianity, Judaism, spirituality, those religions are full of demons. Those religions are full of demons. I told you before, religion is full of demons. Religious people are full of demonic energy. The Muslims, the Christians, the Israelites, whenever you got those different races, all these types of different races of people into one thing, that's when you know it's full of demons. Because you know, when you got people who are striving for perfection, who are striving to be on a higher level, to be of that solar connection, again, you're not going to have that many people that's doing that. Those people have to be void of demonic possession. And to be void of demonic possession, you have to be void of emotion. You have to be void of all these things that come along with emotion. Attachments, right? You have to be void of this. You have to be void of love for people, place, and possession. And you have to ultimately seek that power. What is that power? That power is that soul power, that solar power. That is the ultimate power you have to seek in order for you not to be an open vessel for demonic possession. You have to seek the power. The power of true enlightenment or enlightenment on the next level is spiritual power. See, enlightenment is the knowledge of the three-dimensional world. Enlightenment is the intelligence of the fourth dimension, that it is open, that it exists, that it lives, that it's an open vessel. That's enlightenment. Enlightenment is the acknowledgement and the realization of the reality of the three-dimensional world of people, place, and possession. And enlightenment is the next stage after that. The constant, the continuous. You have to move up and above the three-dimensional picture of people, place, and possession. You have to look down on these things. You have to look down on these things. You have to stand above these things in a state of supremacy and look down on these things. And thus, these things are not over your head. You can never allow these things to be over your head, because what does the demon enter into? Through your head. Through your head. Through your crown seat. Through your mind. Not no chakra. Through your crown seat. That open space, that soft space that still may be soft in a lot of you people's head. That's where the demons, these spiritual demons, enter at. And they affect your thinking. They affect your thoughts. You understand that? They affect your thinking and your thoughts, so you must be above them, not beneath them. See, in this society, people spend their time trying to keep black people beneath them, and black people spend their time trying to keep themselves beneath everybody else. And by keeping yourself beneath everybody else as black people, as the dirt or the earth or the foundation of everybody else, then you open yourself up for demonic possession. You open yourself up for demonic possession. You open yourself up for anger, jealousy, envy, all that, of all these other people who have basically pushed you into the ground as a foundation of everything else. But you're supposed to move beyond these people. You're supposed to move beyond these people. Always be seeking to move beyond these people. This is the true path to power. And that is its soul power. The soul is power. And the soul keeps the spirit away. The soul is pure power, and the soul keeps the spirit away. Like I said, a lot of our people have lost their souls. They no longer have souls. They're all spiritually driven. You understand? They are spiritually driven. They're on spiritual pilot. They're on spiritual demonic pilot. And they are being driven by that energy every day. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of these people. Be mindful who you lay down with. Because, again, another way of the demons getting inside of you is who you sleeping with, by allowing you women allowing these men, because a lot of times when these men are looking to have sex with you, it's not a physical thing. It is a spiritual thing. These men are demonically possessed, especially these so-called white men and these black men, all these races of men, but they are demonically possessed. A lot of times they want to lay down with you and be inside you, not because of the physical part of it. It's because they're looking for a place to store their demons. They're looking for a place to share their demonic spiritual energy. And a big way, or a good way of doing that, is by being inside of you. You understand? They're looking for a place to store their demonic energy at, their spiritual energy at. And they'll hide who they truly are until they have stored their demonic energy, or that demonic spiritual energy, which is on their sperm inside of you. They'll hide who they are, just so that they have a place to store that demonic energy. Just so they have a place to store it. Right? And then you wonder why you walking around angry, you walking around mad, you walking around confused, you walking around, because, again, now you have been infected with their spiritual demons through the sexual interaction. You've been infected with their spiritual demons. You've been infected with them. Has nothing to do a lot of time with the attraction. You understand? Has nothing to do with that attraction. Has nothing to do with a physical attraction. It's more of a spiritual desire, a demonically spiritual desire to lay down with you. A lot of things. Also, with a lot of these, we got to be careful. You brothers got to be careful with a lot of these women. They got demons on them. They got demons on them. They want to lay down with you, and they want to put that demonic energy on you. Because, you know, you can meet a woman, next thing you know, you're not really into her. Next thing you know, she sleep with you. Next thing you know, you really didn't even care about her. Next thing you know, you find yourself getting all bent out of shape over her. When you knew she was nothing but some sex and whatnot, but then it turns into something more. They get you by the emotion. Next thing you know, you running all over the place for them, and then they don't even want to have nothing to do with you. Next thing you know, you all caught up in them. That's when that demon has you. That demon has you. Because of the sex. The demon has you now. It has taken hold of you. So you men have to be careful as well as the women. You have to be careful. You find yourself following people around, making phone calls, looking through people's phones, doing all kind of checking Facebook, see who they talking to. If you got to do all that, that's a demon on you. If you got time to do that, that's demons on you. That's straight up possession. You possessed. You got time to do all that? You got time to do all that? Because if you just going to leave, you go ahead and leave. 9 times out of 10, you already know this person. If they doing something, you already know they doing it. Why are you going to go ahead and do that? Either you're going to leave or you're going to stay. Why would you stay and do all that? Why would you stay and be looking at people's phones and trying to catch them and be fighting with people? Because you got demons on you. You got straight up demons on you. You understand? Why would you stay and go through that? Either you're going to leave or you're going to stay and just forget about it. Don't even worry about it. You understand? Why would you do that? Why would you bend yourself out of shape like that? Because by this time you already demonically possessed. By this time when a lot of times you so far gone, when you following people, you ready to get in fights with other women, you ready to get in fights with other men and whatnot, and you already know what it is. You just go ahead and leave. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. Or stay and be okay with it. It's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? But you don't never let yourself fall into the emotional thing or anything, or get into anybody emotionally. You ain't supposed to never be into anybody emotionally. Never. That's a form of demonic possession. You can love somebody, meaning care about somebody, but you ain't supposed to be in love with nobody. You're supposed to always be ready to leave if you got to. You're supposed to always be ready to leave if you got to. You understand? Because if you can't and you putting yourself through hell, that's that, and you are putting yourself through unnecessary hell, or thinking that you're putting yourself through unnecessary hell, then that's them spiritual demons on you. That's those spiritual demons all over you. You understand? You putting yourself through that. That's all unnecessary. People ask me all the time. They say, brother, why you look so, like you don't got no issues and whatnot. You ain't got no problem. Your hair, you really ain't got no gray hair, nothing like that. I got a few. Not really ain't got no gray hair at all. You know what I'm saying? If I see one, I pick it out if I ever see one. But they know why you ain't got no, no gray hair. You ain't stressed out and whatnot. You look young and whatnot. I said it's because I don't let the demons into my life. I don't let spiritual demons into my life. Because spiritual demons will age you physically. Spiritual demons will age you physically. They will stress you out. I don't let nothing stress me out. Because the minute I feel like I'm going to be somebody going to stress me, I already know where they're coming from. I already know that if you're coming to bring unhappiness or, discontent, I should say, not happiness, but discontent into my life, I know you got demons on you. I know you got demons on you. If I know you're trying to bring that into my life, I know you got demons on you. Whatever you're going through, you don't open yourself up as a demonic, as a vessel for demonic energy. I already know it. So what I do is, I tell you, I walk away from people like that. I leave them alone until the demons get off of them. And I tell them, you need to go somewhere and get a hold of yourself. And I wait till the demons get off of them. But I'm not going to go back and forth with you when you got demons on you. I'm not going to argue with you. I've been stopped doing it. I'm not going to argue with nobody. I stopped arguing with people 4 and 5, like really seriously arguing with people 4 or 5 years ago. I stopped it because I figured out those people are full of demons. Because what is the argument about? There's no argument to be had. I'm not going to argue with you because I'm not going to make myself look old and beat down and run down and stressed out about nothing. If you don't like what I do or like what I say, get away from me. Get out of my face. Or I'll get out of your face. That's how they go. And we ain't got to deal with this. You got people who will, they want the interaction because, like I said, them demons got them on autopilot. See, when you break that connection with them, the demons, like, it feel defeated, and then eventually people go somewhere, and the demon will leave them because there's no interaction, because they was looking to turn up, they was looking to fight with you. When you walk away from them people, you don't argue with them, you ain't going back and forth, they go somewhere, next thing you know, the demon starts to leave them gradually because the demon ain't got nobody to attack or fight or use them as that vessel of fight, so they go somewhere else. Just walk away. When you just walk away, sometimes you gotta run away, especially when the women, because you got some women who will sit up here, they'll have demons on you and they'll try to argue with you and fight with you and whatnot. You run away from them and whatnot. You can't walk away. They'll try and jump on you and attack you because sometimes them demons got them so bad. You understand that the demon done took hold of them so bad they'll try to attack you. So sometimes don't even be afraid if you got to run away from these women. I ain't got no problem running away from the damn demon. Because I ain't gonna hit no woman. I ain't gonna hit no woman. I'll run away quickly. You understand? Because they want to fight you. They want you to hit them. They want to be knocked down in the street because the demon making them raise up. Them demons be making them raise up to where they want to fight a man, and then you thinking you knocking them down. You ain't even really knocking them down. You knocking them down, and they demonically possessed. You understand? You ain't even really knocking them down. You knocking them down. They demonically possessed and whatnot. You don't whoop their ass and whatnot. Next thing you know, they coming back for some more. They got their head all busted, on their face swole up. They still ready to fight. The demon still got them and going. When they on demonic overload like that, there's no stopping them. You understand? Next thing you know, the police come. Next thing, that's when, and then she's saying you attacked her and all the demons still working in her and whatnot. Then after you go away, you sitting in jail somewhere. You understand? The demon on war of her. You understand? Next thing you know, she'll probably press charge, or next thing you know, she'll be like, she ain't going to press charge because the demon done left. You understand? I done seen stuff like this happen. Best thing to do is get away from them. You understand? That's the best thing to do. A man want to argue and fight with you and beat on you and stuff like that, and you trying to explain and be rational with him. He want to just fight and argue with him. He got demons on him, man. Get away from him. If that happened more than one time with a man doing all that with you and whatnot, that means he's an open vessel for demonic energy. Or a woman doing that with you more than once, she's an open vessel for demonic energy. You need to move out and get away from them people because they open themselves up for demonic possession on the regular. Get away from them. That's the best way to dodge a spiritual demon. Get the hell away from them. That's the best way. So, think on that, and we'll be right back. These spiritual demons come to you at the weakest point. They always come to the weakest men and the weakest women. And the weakest men and the weakest women are the ones who always try to act so hard and act so strong and whatnot. Those be the weakest ones. The guy who acts like the thug, the tough guy, he's full of demons, man. Because there's a time when you got to flex your muscle and man up and do what you got to do. You understand? There's a time when you got to do that. And it's a time where you just lay back and chill. And 90% of the time, you should be laying back and chilling and being in that state of solitude and peace. And thinking on the next level in which you want to move to your higher self. Extending towards your higher self. Introducing yourself to the higher self. Introducing yourself to the higher self. That is your moment of solitude. That is your real peace of mind. Right. And that time has to be spent alone on the company of people who respect your peace of mind, your solitude. Not many people respect that in this day and time. They're told not to really respect that. right? They're taught not to really respect that, and I noticed that a lot, right? I noticed that a lot. Like a lot of times, like if I go running, when I go running, like I'll go sometimes late. I might go out and because I'm alone, I might be one or two people in the park, and it's it gives me time to think. Sometimes I want to run by myself because it gives me time to think. I might hear my little bit of music and whatnot, my jazz, and I'm running and whatnot, and I'm in the quiet times of my day, and I'm running and I'm just thinking to myself. I'm smiling about things. I'm thinking about the future. I'm focused. How do I extend myself? How do I extend myself? How do I make things greater? Right? I think about all sorts of things. I think about life. I think about death. I think about the extension of intellect. I think about changing vehicles when that time comes to pass on, and then I'm going to jump out and jump up into the next body and be on some whole next level thing. I think about all this. You understand? I think about all this. I'm able to think the best time to think and to extend yourself and to make sure your body gets, because when you run like that, when you run at a good pace and whatnot, and you work out at a good pace and whatnot, that's a good way to burn the demons out, because you're going to probably encounter a bunch of demonic energy just walking around talking to people. You know what I'm saying? That's why I told you need to shed your friends, get away from your family members and your friends. Some people you need to just cut out of your life altogether. I'm going to be real, because they just full of demons and they never going to understand this, and they not trying to have peace of mind. Their peace of mind comes with demonic possession. They feel good when they are spiritually vexing somebody else or coming with their demons to share and push off on somebody else. Every time they come to you, it's always some drama, somebody talking about somebody, some BS and whatnot, and they want to get you plugged in. They want to get you hooked in. You got to shed your life for these people. They carry the biggest demons. You understand? They carry the biggest demons. A lot of times, you might have an ex-mate or ex-husband, ex-wife. They see you happy and moved on. They want to bring more demonic energy in your life. That's them demons that got their ass. The demons be having them. They see you done moved on, you happy, and the demons got them. So they'll come and, like I said, they'll bring all kind of crazy drama into your life. You understand? They'll bring all kind of crazy drama into your life because they see that you got a peace of mind and that you demon free. You just moving on your own energy, on your own procession, and you just move on. You understand? They see that you demon free. You ain't going back and forth with them because that's really what they want. They want that. They want to go back and forth with you. They want to argue with you. They want to bring strife because they're not happy because they possessed and they full of demons. And they looking for somebody else to plague demons, put them demons on, and go back and forth. They looking for a relationship where they can be fighting, like you see a lot of these women, these men talking about a woman. I don't want to be with him because he boring. This guy's boring. This guy's boring. Because I used to look at these people, right? And if you notice, I go back to the so-called nerds, right? The nerdy people, right? The ones who find contentment, and focusing on the future, what they want to do in their life. They don't got a lot of friends. They don't got really no friends or very little people they deal with. They got to be on the same level, and they just focus on that, on the future and what they trying to do. Right? It's not until the nerdy people, they try to be in with the in crowd, and then when the in crowd don't want them in, that's when the jealousy and the envy come out, and these people become demonically possessed. Next thing you know, they start wanting to do this and that, and they start hating on people and doing all this other stuff, and all this stuff comes in their life because they moved out of a zone where they were comfortable to create discomfort in their life. In other words, they wanted more excitement. They carried more demons in their life. They wanted more demons. See, because again, excitement is really the code word for demons. You need more excitement in your life. You need more excitement in your life. You need more excitement in your life. That's really code word for you need more demons in your life. That's the code word that these people use in society. You need more excitement in your life. AKA, you need more demons. You understand? That's what they really want you to do. They want you to open yourself up for more demons, because when they say you need more excitement, they really want you to open yourself up for more demons. Smoke this, drink this, hang out with these people, do this, listen to this kind of music. Oh, damn, my nigga, you really boring, my nigga. Yo, wow, yo, what's wrong with you? You need more demons in your life. You need more demons in your life. You know, that's the thing. That movie, most of these movies they don't have come out for you so-called black women out here is full of a narrative of a bunch of demonic ass women who were demonically possessed, who basically you know, gave over to that demonic possession for you, and they put these movies out for the so-called black women because they want you to do the same thing. Like that movie, what's that movie that came out with Queen Latifah in them, Girls Weekend or whatever the hell that was. You know, what was that? Girls Weekend, right? Where they basically not set it off with Girls Week, that too, but Girls Weekend or what, that one with Tiffany Haddish and all of them, Girl Trip or whatever the hell it was, Girls Trip. That basically was a bunch of women who were demonically possessed, and they were acting like a bunch of demons in there. But that was exciting to them. That was supposed to be fun. Get drunk, get high, take drugs. You know, to see the message they put, and they make that look like it's fun. Get drunk, get high, take drugs. You don't know what you're taking, drink and whatnot. Have sex with people you don't know. That's demonic possession. But that's supposed to be exciting. That's supposed to be exciting. You understand? That's supposed to be exciting. That's what they want to promote to you so-called black women. This is what they want to promote. You know? This the type of things they want to promote to you, to go in and look at and whatnot and find exciting and whatnot. You know? Well, how many women went to go see that? That's meant to be an influence because they want excitement in their life. They want excitement. I'm not saying I saw it. We saw it. I saw it in the movies and whatnot. And, you know, I laughed at it and whatnot, but I seen it for what it was. It's just a bunch of women who was under demonic possession. That movie, what's the name? The one I brought out, Acrimony. Right? Woman full of demonic possession, man, full of demons. You understand? Full of demons. So they push that to you so-called black women. Even this whole thing of the race mixing and whatnot. And, we have to have other alternatives and whatnot. When you start pushing alternatives that don't make logical sense, race mixing, being homosexuality, lesbianism, that's all nothing but demonic possession, man. When you start moving off the path, or straying off the path of procession, the path of projection, the path of power toward who you're supposed to really become, that higher state of who you're supposed to be, the extension of yourself, that's nothing but demonic possession, because that's what the demons are here to do. The demons are here to push you off the path to your higher self. The demons are here to push you off the path to your higher self, and they will use any vessel that they can get a hold of. They'll use your family, they'll use your friends, they'll use your lovers, they'll use anybody. They'll use these different races, they'll use all this stuff they'll use at their disposal, these demons, just to take you off your path. Just to take you off your path. You understand? That's why I said you got to shed these people, man. You got to shed these people like weight, man. Like parasites. You got to shed these people because they're the ones that carry the demons. They're the ones that carry the demons. You know, you got to shed that. You got to shut that down. You understand? It could be your family members, the people you grew up with, the people in your mind you think, oh, they would never hurt me. Oh, yeah? They would never hurt me. That's my mother. That's my father. That's my brother. That's my sisters. When they under demonic possession, none of that matters anymore. When they under demonic possession, none of that matter no more. It's this guy who I already know it's the Bo Thomas. This guy, every time I block him on YouTube and whatnot, because he always coming on the video saying stupid stuff. And sometimes I might look at the videos and he just come and say something demonic and I block him. He'll go and open up another account on YouTube. And not that I care, it's petty, but he'll go and but I do it just to see, you know, how demonic he, how going he is. You'll go and open up, you'll listen to all the broadcasts and, you know, you got a problem with me. What, I have no idea. But you got a problem, and you go up here and just make comments on the videos and whatnot, and all kind of demonic stuff you say, or you just bugged out of your mind, and you come under different names, and you just to go and be able to go and comment on the videos. You possessed. You got demons all over you. You possessed. You got them. You straight up got demons all over you. Because who has time to do that? Who has time to do that? Once you get blocked out of one account and whatnot, you're going to open up another account just to go on there. Know you're going to get cut off again, and you're going to keep doing that. You're going to keep opening up Facebook pages to come on my page and make comments. You got straight up demon on you. Probably a homosexual demon. Probably a homosexual demon. Because you must have got that demon transferred from that guy Supreme from a couple of years ago, that homosexual demon. A lot of you black males got that homosexual demon on you, and it comes out in a deviant way, like you guys will be beefing with each other, screw-facing each other, and you think these niggas want to fight you or something like that, but really it is they want to kiss you. They want to kiss you and touch you and and wrestle with you, do some wrestling or some gay stuff with you. You know what I'm saying? Because they probably got some white Greek homosexual demon on them. And they probably got some white Greek homosexual demon up in them. You understand? That's really what doing. Because I realized, especially here in New York, when I see a lot of these guys that walk around screw-facing you and whatnot and got the evil look on their face, like a lot of these guys are faggots. A lot of them are faggots. They got that gay demon on them. They got that gay homosexual want to fight wrestling demon on them. You ever seen these guys? They always want to fight you and wrestle with you and hit you and really grab you and semi try to rape you. That's real. These niggas be in jail, all that stuff. They got that aggression in them. They mad, you know. You understand? Want to hug all on you, touch you. You understand? And they trying to fight it. That's the demon in them because they want to be thrust all about. And all that stuff. You know, they got demons on them, man. But you got to recognize that. You got to recognize that. A lot of these so-called thugs. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of these so-called thugs. You know? That's all over them. So you got to be mindful of this. You have to be mindful of this. You have to be mindful of these demons that come up in all forms. Let me take a call. 910.
Yeah, good evening. I just wanted to let you know that I'm not trying to spook you, but I feel like you are the Black Messiah that FBI was telling that we got to watch for. I don't mean to spook you, brother, but I'm listening to what you're talking about on the broadcast. And everything you're saying is really, in fact, I'll take that back, not everything. But the majority of what you're saying is actually kicking in. It's kicking in. Like, I'm thinking to myself, nobody's saying these things. And what you're saying is really powerful. And I really feel like people listening to you are getting so much out of what you're saying, like, and it's never been said before. But what I wanted to also tell you is that Nuben, I know Malachi and Prophet, the Muhammad, all of these people,
you mean Elijah Muhammad?
Yeah, Elijah Muhammad. They were before you, but you are chosen. And I feel like you are really a leader among our people. And I can't really explain it in words, but it's just something special about you, brother. And I don't care what people say about how you talk about things even when you say you're not angry, you're passionate. I understand what you're saying, because that you have to be that passionate to reach black people in this day and time. You have to be that passionate. And I know you're not mad.
Let me stop you for a second, brother. I ain't trying to reach black people. I'm trying to reach bright people, the ones who are coming out of the black race, because there's nothing that can be done for black people. I can have all the passion and power in my voice, but there's nothing that can be done for black people. Black people are finished. I'm trying to get the bright ones who are coming out on the other side, the ones who are going to survive this mental holocaust that, and the spiritual holocaust that the black race is going to go through, and they're going to be consumed and consolidated by the beast. So the bright race, not the black. I'm not here for black people.
Right, and I agree with you, because black people, majority of black people, they are with the right race, and black race are a match made in hell. I agree with you, and even though I'm gonna be honest, I might be a black person, but what you're doing is it's beautiful, man. Like, I see the beauty in what you're doing. Like, it took you 10 years to get where you at. And I got a question: are you satisfied with where you at after 10 years of doing the hard work? Are you satisfied with where you at?
I'm never satisfied. That's why I keep working.
Okay. Brother, I'm not going to hold you up. I just want to thank you, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
And we are back. Again, like I said, you cannot give yourself an open entity, or make yourself an open entity for demonic possession. You cannot make yourself an open vessel for demonic energy. You cannot. There's no reason you should be. You should, make yourself an open vessel for it. You look at people as examples. Look at people as examples of who made themselves open vessels for demonic energy. See, again, and why I say this with black people are the strongest open vessels for demonic energy. Why? Because everything that stands in the way of black people achieving things in this world, that's why I had to correct the young brother when he called in. I'm not a leader for black people. I'm a leader for the bright race. I'm not a leader for black people, so I'm not this black messiah, quote unquote. I am the bright man for the bright people. So I'm a messenger and a messiah, or a messenger of Amen for the bright race, not the black. Now, if they interpreted me as a black messiah, I'm not no messiah for black people. If you want to say I'm guiding my people out of the state of blackness, that's fine. Out of the state of darkness. But for a lot of people, you can't help black people, because black people are full of demons. Black people are full of demons. Full of demons. This is why they do the things they do. This is why your black females today swirl and mix with other races of men, because she full of demons. She hate the black man. And hate is a form of demonic possession. She hate the so-called black man. That's why she deal with the white man. She hate herself. That's a form of demonic possession. Anytime you don't want to get with somebody who look like you to reproduce somebody who looks like you, that's a form of hate, and that's demonic possession. You, a lot of you black females who are swirlers and mixing with other races of people, you are straight demonic. You got demonic energy all over you. Anytime you hate your own self, you can't tell me you love yourself, but then you want to get with another race and reproduce something that don't even look like you. That's hate. That's demonic possession on you. You black males got hate for yourselves too. Anytime you want to get with another race of women, don't want to produce nothing that'll come out and look like you. That's hate. That's demonic possession. That's hate. I don't like dark-skinned women. I don't like this kind. I don't want nobody. That's demonic possession. Like this nigga said on one of these things, like, I don't want nobody. I'm black as hell. I don't want nobody coming out looking like me. I don't want no woman to look like me. I don't want no black-looking kids. This nigga got demons all over him. You might well just go ahead and kill yourself. If you hate yourself that much, because you got demons all over you to make you say something like that. That's people who are demonically possessed. Anytime you hate how you look, you hate the skin, complexion, everything, that's demons all over you. You understand? Make you hate yourself. Michael Jackson had demons all over him. Anytime you're going to cut your face like that, Little Kim, all these people that do all this stuff to their face, they cut their nose up, lighten their skin, perm their hair, that's demons. It don't even look good. You know that's demons all over you. Anytime you do something like that and it don't even look good, you know that's demons all over you. You don't lighten your skin. You don't like people who dark as you and whatnot. You only like light-skinned people. That's straight up demons. That's straight up demons all over your ass. You understand? That's demonic possession. A lot of you people a lot of you black females, you got the spirit of white women up in you. That's why you don't like black men. A lot of you got the spirit, and you like white men because you got the spirit of white women in you. You understand? That's why a lot of you black swirlers, you got the spirit of white females up in you. Females, you like white men because you got the spiritual demon of white women up in you. Because you nothing but an empty-headed vessel. So if you're an empty-headed vessel, then you're going to be taken over by demonic possession. You really hate black men, and you know it. That's why you get with white men. You black males, you hate black women. That's why you get with white women. You understand? You got demons all over you. Your desire not to come together, you want to be individuals and whatnot, and all this other nonsense, you don't want to come together. That's a demonic hate on you. That's a form of demonic hate on you. Like this woman was saying about Wendy Williams, that she got demons all over her. You can look at her and tell she a demon. You know, she's going to say, oh, I don't feel no responsibility for black people, the so-called black community. Not that I care, but I understand why, you know, I don't feel I just have a responsibility for my son and myself. Somebody, you know, was saying that from this lady named Cynthia G, who listened to my broadcast and basically copied verbatim what I said about our people coming together as a collective. But she was pointing out Wendy Williams and her individual mindset. And I said, because she got demons on her. She already tell you who she want to be like. She walking around with blonde hair on her head and whatnot, trying to look like a white woman. She's down with the white race. She's a black Caucasian. Like I said, these people got demons all over them. So how you expect her to worry about, black, just because you got a so-called black son and a black husband? Those are demons, man. They got demons all over them. And the black race got demons all over. That's why y'all can't come together. You got that hate demon for each other. You got that hate demon, that individual demon on you. You understand? You got that hate demon. I got demons all over y'all. That's why y'all can't come together. You understand? That's why y'all still want to remain as black people in darkness. Because, see, once that light is shined on you, once that brightness is shined on you, then that's going to make them demons, them demons are going to get exposed. Those demons that's on you are going to get exposed. And the demons don't want no exposure. The demons don't want no exposure. The demons gonna run like roaches. You understand? The demons is like roaches. They don't want that. That's why you people gonna remain black. You ain't gonna come to none of these conferences. I'm doing the ones who want to stay in the black race because you got too many demons on you. You ain't trying to get them demons exposed. You ain't trying to get them demons exposed. So next time when those are my people who going out here promoting the conference, you give a flyer to your friends, see if they show up. They ain't trying to do that because they know there's too much light. There's too much light. There's too much brightness going to be in that room. When I come and I speak, they know it's going to be too much brightness. They know it's going to be too much brightness. So being that they know it's going to be too much brightness, that means that the darkness in them is going to be exposed. The demon's going to be exposed, and they don't want that. That's why they ain't going to show up. And these will be your best friends. That'll test whether, I tell you all that. Those of you giving out flyers, you got friends and want so-called black friends or friends, whatever. Give a flyer to them and tell them to come out and see if they listen and they want to be a part. Because if you want to, of course, if you are one who is of the most high, or you are that higher extension of pure brightness, you want to be a part of this. If that's who you projected to, if you want a higher level. But if they don't, that shows you that they got demons on them. They got demons on them, and they don't want those demons exposed. They got demons all over them. Because if you're reaching toward the higher self, where it's demon free, there's no demonic spiritual possession there, then you would reach to this message, because this is the only message that is demonic free or demon free. Mentellect is the only message that is demon free. You can't have no demonic possession on you, no demonic spiritual energy on you if you were coming into Mentellect. And if you do, you ain't gonna stay long. Them demons this is like coming in here is like getting an exorcism. Literally. Coming in here is like getting an exorcism. And then some of the people that come in here, when they can't get them demons off them, they leave. When they can't get them demons up off them, they get up out of here. And that's going to expose who the demons are. Then demons going, like I said, this Mentellect, and I say this wholeheartedly, even I had to go through this. Whatever demons you got on you, just like them parasites, Mentellect going to purge that up out of you. Mentellect is going to purge the demons out. Because it's going to get you to focus. Mentellect is going to get you to focus on yourself. Put that magnifying glass on yourself. And that magnifying glass represents that projection and that extension of who you're supposed to be. And those demons can't extend with you. You're going to pop those demons, like I said, like rubber bands. When you're trying to pull a rubber band, it's going to pop. Either you're going to destroy them or they're going to destroy you and you're going to leave. Because, again, the last thing a demon wants is to be thrust into the light. The demons don't want to come into the light. They don't want to come into the brightness. They don't want that. They don't want to be exposed. They satisfied being demons in the darkness, sitting around talking about people, talking crap, sitting around here backbiting and slandering, saying little shit. You know what I'm saying? Basically, being what they are, demons. You understand? They happy in the darkness. And when they forced into the light and into the brightness, they either going to run back into the darkness, aka fade to black, like you see people come in the Republic and they ain't here no more. They fade to black, or they're going to keep running into the light until they get into the brightness and keep going. Because that's what Mentellect represents. That represents the constant move forward. You either going to keep running into the light until you go into brightness, until you extend into that constant and continuous reality. You're going to constantly extend, but you got to run out of the darkness. You got to run out of the darkness. Let's take a call. 478.
Yes, sir. Nu, I have a question here. Since you're talking about demonic spirits and demonic possession, I've never been to one of your conferences and everything, but I just want to know, just curious, do y'all have a searching procedure or anything like that, since you know what you're dealing with out here? I know Elijah Muhammad said something similar, that, he knew the time he was living in. Not that he knew that Allah would protect him, but he still knew, the time and the place that he was living in. So do y'all have that kind of procedure going on?
Of course we do.
Okay.
You can't come into our meetings without being searched.
Okay.
And if my people find that anybody got anything there, anybody better not bring nothing in there. They're gonna get their ass kicked.
Okay.
You ain't bringing nothing in our meeting, and nobody's gonna approach me. Okay.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
Okay. Strange you asked that question, but okay. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, I want that question. I was just curious. I didn't know should I ask that question later or not, but I was just kind of curious about that, because I figured if you did, would you be doing that next? But if you're doing it, you're on time. Because the time we're living in, now that the army is able to protect you, army is able to protect, but you don't know what these gods allow these days. You don't know what God may allow. But I think that is good being on post.
I'm old school. I'll punch a nigga in the face myself. All right, I'll punch a nigga in the face myself. All right.
Okay, I hope to see you in the line.
Before my security, I'll punch a nigga in the face myself. But thank you.
Gotcha, brother.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. 910.
Okay, brother. Nubin, I had to call back. I thought of something else. I really didn't mean to spook you when I said you are that Messiah that the FBI was talking about, the Rock, because they can't do nothing with you. At this point, it's too late. I'm noticing that you already have that confidence. You have that's I hear it in your voice that, nobody can stop you. I know nobody can. And I just wanted to keep encouraging
no. The
you.
only ones that can stop me, hold on, let me stop you. The only one that can stop me, let me stop you. Hold on. The only one that can stop me is, listen, brother, listen. Hello. The only one that can stop me is Amen. That's it. And if Amen chooses to use the white man or anybody else to stop me, then that's Amen. It ain't the people. I don't care about the people. The only one that can stop me is Amen. The only one that can stop this message is Amen. That's it. I don't worry about the people. What's going to be is going to be. And if Amen chooses to use the white man to stop me, or, like I said, or Amen chooses to stop them from trying to stop me, then that's all it is. So, you don't need to prop me up, brother. You ain't got to prop me up, because I never trust people that prop me up but so much. I don't trust that. I don't like it. It ain't about me. It's about Amen. All right?
Right. I know you're just a vessel for Amen. And you know what? Even though you say black people ain't no hope for them, I want to tell you that I really feel like even though black people are not in the Republic, there are many of them that will make it, into what you would call the in a higher place by what you're saying. Even though they're not in the Republic, I want you to give them a chance, brother. Just please, just listen to me. Hear my voice, brother. We are good people inside. It's just that we all fucked up by slavery and everything. But if you give us a chance, brother,
I don't want to. No more chances. No more chances. This Mentellect gives you a chance. That's it. No more chance. I don't care about slavery. I don't care about what happened with black people in slavery. No more sob stories. That's it. Mentellect is your last thing. You had your grace period. Black people had their grace period to get it together. You had Elijah. You had Malachi. Now you got somebody who is way rougher and way tougher and don't want to hear it. Okay?
Well, after you put in the work for 10 years, you deserve to talk like that. I don't deserve to, talk like that because I haven't put in the work you put in. But I want to say you making me, inspiring me, even though I'm not in the Republic, you're inspiring a lot of black people to do better and get better. And I'm being real with you. I know you're touching a lot of people, even though the numbers are not high. You touching the people, and I'm telling you, Nuben, even though you don't really fuck with the black race, I gotta tell you, man, we are getting stronger. We're waking up, man, because of people like you. Persons like you are really inspiring us. And please don't give up on us. I know it sounds crazy, but don't give up on us, man. We got your back. We support you. If you need me, I'm there. I don't care whatever. You know what I'm saying?
No, y'all, brother, y'all ain't got my back. Having my back is being in the Republic of Mentellect, going through the shit I got to go through, going through what we got to go through, doing these conferences and whatnot. Because you could easily be talking about how much you love me today and then you'll hate me tomorrow or disavow me tomorrow. So what you saying to me right now, no disrespect, don't mean shit to me right now. But thank you for calling in. So let me go ahead and read these questions for you. I'm raw and uncut. I don't, all that. Like I said, walk a mile in my shoes, and then you understand what I got to deal with, the shit I got to deal with. You understand? This is a constant, this is like real life Mission Impossible I got to do every fucking day. No, I don't want to hear that bullshit. You understand? This is a real life. Fuck Tom Cruise. This is a real Mission Impossible thing I got to do. Just like the Messenger, he was the real Mission Impossible man, the real 007. All the shit we had to go through. Me, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Dr. Malachi. Yo, we got to really pay the fucking cost to be the boss. So I don't want to hear shit about what nobody talking about. They with me. You ain't with me. You walk with me, then you with me. You in this Republic, you with me. You with Amen. I don't need no fucking cheerleader. How do you dodge spiritual demons? How do you do that? By staying away from people who carry that demonic energy, by staying clear. And no disrespect to you, brother. I don't mean to. I understand you trying to be humble. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. Let me just say that. I understand you trying to be humble, but you got to, be mindful when you say things like that to me. I know you didn't mean no harm to that. And no disrespect to you. I apologize if I offended you. I don't mean to be like that. And I know, like I said, but I got to understand where I'm coming from. To understand why I am the way I am is what I say, what I say, and what I had to deal with. You just stay away from people who carry that demonic energy, and you make sure you keep yourself rid of that demonic energy by staying away from the jealousy, the envy, and all the things that put you on a submental premise. That's how you dodge the demonic energy. Stay away from these shows, these people that pushing this demonic frequency, and constantly seek that peace of mind, that extension of the higher self. What is spiritual demons? Spiritual demons are these demonic energies that are loosed into the atmosphere. Every time a person dies, these submental low-grade people die, the energy that's constantly being recycled into this atmosphere, because as I said before, this is the spiritual realm. This is the spiritual realm. You understand? This physical realm is the spiritual realm. All right? So be mindful of that. Where do spiritual demons come from? Spiritual demons come from these people who are on the submental level, who are of that low-grade submental three-dimensional level, right? The submental people, the submissive people. What can spiritual demons do to you? They can inhabit your body through your crown seat, through your highest, through your mind and whatnot. Take control of your mind and use you as that vehicle or that vessel to destruction. What will be the outcome of these people's lives that are controlled by spiritual demons? Death, of course, because they take you on that pathway, on that ride to death. That's what they do. All right, and that's it. We're going to close this out in the name of Amen, by the power of Amen. In Amen we trust, in Amen we think, and in Amen we continue forward forever. Hail Amen. Hail the Mentellians. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkarayzz. This has been Mentellect Radio. See you guys Monday, 10 o'clock. We'll be right back here. That's it. Rising out the black race to the white race, out the black race to the white race. It's the Republic of Mentellect.
black race, tell them white race.
If it's hell, and then it's hell us. They tried everything just to spell us. Fed us religion, gave us fake gods. Through all of that, we beat the odds. Now we coming together under one flag. Colors red, gold, and blue. Superman, Superwoman, that's me and you. The infinite capabilities that we